What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another WWE 2K25 video. So today we're going to be splitting up DIY to see who can become the most successful member of DIY. I placed Johnny Gargano over on Raw to go after the Intercontinental Championship, and I placed Tommaso Ciampa, and he remains on SmackDown to go after the US Championship. So we're starting off in the month of May. Let's see if Johnny Gargano will be featured on this card in any capacity. Unfortunately, he was not, but we're going to go over to SmackDown, and we're going to see if Tommaso Ciampa will be featured over on SmackDown here. And no, he's not competing. He's not on the show. He was not booked for the show this week, but we're going to continue on to March week 2 here. Let's see if he will be featured. And no, he was not. Over onto SmackDown here. Let's see, as we are heading into continue or at least get Johnny on the card in capacity. And no, he was not featured on this card at all. So we're gonna go over to SmackDown. Let's see, and Tommaso Ciampa is competing for the US Championship in the main event. We're definitely going to watch this one. We're definitely watching this. So can Tommaso Ciampa become your new United States champion? These two have history, actually, with him and The Miz. And then we got The Miz coming out as your U.S. champion. The crowd saying Ciampa. The crowd are on Ciampa's side here to see him win that U.S. title. But can he become your new champion? Will Tommaso Ciampa be able to win the U.S. championship? You got to tie up early in this match. Not getting the best of the exchange here. Oh. Oh. With the shoulder. And they're continuing this lockup here. Apparently we can chain wrestling in the early parts of this match. Oh. Tommaso Ciampa. Oh. Oh, with the knee to the face. Is that it for The Miz? One kick out. Irish whip. Oh. Oh. With the back elbow to The Miz from Tommaso. Tommaso Ciampa is dominating in the early parts of this match. But he's going to have to keep his foot on the gas pedal if he wants to continue. And now The Miz with the knee to the face. And The Miz getting out of here. Tommaso Ciampa going to the top and nobody was home. Landed on his knee. Now The Miz is starting to take over. Oh boy. Oh. The crowd. The referee. The Miz might be in trouble. Going for a suplex off the top rope. Tommaso Ciampa calling The Miz to his feet. Oh. The Miz might be in trouble here. Oh, but no. Man, no. Tommaso Ciampa looking to put this match away right here. Going for the fairy tale ending. Is that it? 1, 2. And Tommaso Ciampa is your new United States champion. The first member to hold First member of DIY to hold singles gold on the main roster. Tommaso Ciampa is your new United States champion, but can he continue his reign as champion? Johnny Gargano's got to be thinking something on Raw. Can he find himself in a position to go after the IC title? Hey, but let's see how long he can retain it. Let's see how long he can retain it. So Tommaso Ciampa is your new United States champion, which you love to see. But can Johnny Gargano put himself in position to challenge for a Intercontinental title? And no, Johnny Gargano can't even make it to Monday Night Raw. Let's see if he will be featured here. And no, he is not featured on Monday Night Raw. Onto SmackDown here. And he's going one-on-one with Jimmy Uso on this week's episode, which Jimmy Uso gets the win there. Let's go to WrestleMania Night 1, and let's see if we can get something going here. I do want to check to see if he is even in the rankings for the U.S. title, because, not the U.S., the IC, sorry. Yeah, he's in the division, but they're just not booking him. So, let's go to the Raw after Mania. Let's see if he will be featured here. Let's see here. And he finally is in a promo with Rey Mysterio, so that's probably going to be a feud. So he's in his first feud, him and Rey Mysterio, which is not a bad feud, mind you. I think the match could be really, really good. Maybe this is his stepping stone on what he needs to do to go after the IC title. And it was a draw, no contest. What happened here? Rey Mysterio rushed the ring and unloaded with a frustrated attack against Johnny Gargano. The referee could not control the superstars and called off the match as the brawl continued. The result of the superstar being pushed too far by his rival. Okay, so pretty much they got into a brawl. Match didn't even start, pretty much, technically. On to week 4 here. Let's see. And Johnny Gargano's facing Cruz del Toro. And Johnny gets the win. But let's head over to SmackDown here. And let's see what Tommaso Ciampa is doing. Tommaso Ciampa is facing Andrade. And Tommaso gets the win over Andrade. On to... Oh, I got to go through all the shows here, I believe, so... There's nothing there. All right. Sim all the matches and go to the next show. Okay. Let's go to Monday Night Raw. And we're having Johnny and Rey to kick off Monday Night Raw, which Rey Mysterio gets the win there. On to SmackDown. And we have Backlash. This month we have Tommaso and Jacob Fatu. And Jacob Fatu gets the win there, as he should. So let's go to Backlash here. It's not taking me to Backlash, apparently. There's nothing even on this card at all. Besides that main event, but... Okay. Could I not go to Backlash? I guess not. Okay, wait. I think I can. Okay, now we're gonna go to Saturday Night Main Event. Let's see here. We got Penta and Chagger for the IC title. We got Johnny and Rey. And Johnny gets the win on the pay-per-view, as he should. So it looks like the pay-per-view, that might be over. But before you go any further, I am going to be deleting Saturday night main event because it's going to be a problem for us knowing we're trying to go through these shows and stuff like that. There we go. All right. Let's go to Raw Week 2 of May here as we are building momentum to Money in the Bank. Is Johnny on this episode of Monday Night Raw? Let me double check. No, he's not. But Rey Mysterio is. The guy we beat is in a match on Raw, but we are not. On to, let's see what Tommaso Ciampa's doing. He's in triple threat with Shinsuke and Jacob Fatu. Tommaso gets the win there. Tommaso's the only one that's really getting a decent run right now. Johnny's struggling over here. Let's see. And no, Johnny is not even featured on Raw. So it seems as if they broke up, Tommaso would probably be the better one. Tommaso Ciampa and Kevin Owens, I think that could be a really good match. Kevin Owens gets the win there. Tommaso Ciampa is the one that's getting booked. He's got a title. Like, Johnny hasn't even shown up that much. He's only showed up maybe 2, maybe 3 times. And he's not even on this episode of Monday Night Raw. On to SmackDown as we are heading into King and Queen of the Ring here. And Tommaso's featured with Kevin Owens and Giovanni Vinci. And Giovanni Vinci shockingly gets the win. The upset right there. Let's go to King and Queen of the Ring. Let's see. This is the women's here. So, let's go to night 2 of King and Queen of the Ring. We're the King of the Ring side of things. And we were not featured on that PLE. We're building momentum to Clash at the Castle. So let's see if we can get something going here for Johnny, because Johnny is struggling and he is not competing for the title here. This is crazy. Let's see here. And Johnny was not featured on this week's episode of SmackDown. Let's go to Raw, but let's see what Tommaso Ciampa might be doing over on SmackDown. Oh, he's facing The Miz. And The Miz gets the win there. I guess this feud might continue. Let's go to Monday Night Raw. And let's see if Johnny will be featured on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. And no, he is not featured on Raw. Now we're on to SmackDown, which will be the Go Home Show 2, none other than Clash at the Castle, which he looks like he's going to be in the match. We got DIY versus The Shield versus the Bloodline. And Shield win, technically. So, nice. Oh, I almost skipped the pay-per-view. Let's go to Clash at the Castle here. We got The Miz for the U.S. title. Intercontinental, we got Chad Gable and Penta. And, yeah. Tommaso is still your U.S. champion. And Chad Gable is still your Intercontinental champion. So, June week 4 here. Let's see if Johnny will be featured on Monday Night Raw. And no, he is not. This is not looking good for Johnny at all. On to same week, but going to SmackDown. Let's see if Tommaso will be on the card at all. He is facing Cedric Alexander, which he gets the win there. And we are heading into Money in the Bank, which is our next PLE. We got Monday Night Raw right here. And again, another week, Johnny Gargano will not be booked for Raw. And Tommaso Ciampa is in a triple threat with Apollo Crews and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets the win there. On to Money in the Bank here. Let's see if he will be featured in anything. We got the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The IC title, Chad Gable and Braun Breaker. U.S. title Tommaso and Austin Theory. And Money in the Bank, we don't even have Johnny Gargano in. We're going to focus on this. Austin Theory is your new U.S. champion, and Gunther is Mr. Money in the Bank. On to Raw week number 2 of July. I'm literally concerned for none other than Mr. Gargano, Mr. Johnny Takeover. Tommaso was not on this week's episode of SmackDown. Let's see if he will be featured in anything here. And no, he's not even featured on Raw yet again. On to SmackDown here. Let's see if there's anything he can be doing here on for Tommaso bouncing back after the U.S. title. No, he is not. On to week number 4. Is Johnny going to be on this week's episode finally? No, he is not. And you guys seen that I actually looked at the rankings and he's in the division for the IC title. They're just not booking him. And no, he was not on this week's episode. I definitely might need to double check just because this is kind of crazy that he's not been booked in quite some time. It's making me wonder, did he piss off somebody backstage? That's just my consensus and whatnot. He's number 4 in the IC title division, but they're just not booking him like I said. They're just not booking him. So, yeah. Let's see if he's going to be featured on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. And no, he is not. On to SmackDown here, though. And Tommaso Ciampa's facing Jacob Fatu. And Tommaso Ciampa gets a win over Jacob Fatu. That's a shocking win right there. On to night 1 of SummerSlam. Let's see if anybody's going to be competing for a title. We got Tommaso Ciampa and Santos and Kevin in a triple threat match. And Tommaso Ciampa gets the win. Maybe that's setting up another potential match for a U.S. title opportunity down the line. Maybe that what that match was for. I don't know. U.S. title got Austin Theory, Jimmy Uso, and The Miz. IC title, Chad Gable and Braun Breaker. And yeah, not even booked. But who's walking out with the IC champion? Chad Gable is still your IC champ. On to week number 2. The only one that got booked for SummerSlam was Tommaso. Johnny Gargano was not even a factor. On to week number 2 here, or of August SmackDown edition. Let's see if he will be featured. Tommaso Ciampa is facing Cedric Alexander. Let's see. And Tommaso Ciampa gets the win on SmackDown. On to we got Bash in Berlin on the horizon here. Let's see if Johnny Gargano will be featured on Monday Night Raw. And no, they are not featured on Monday Night Raw. He's not featured at all. And no, he was not featured on that show. On to... Oh, I actually skipped over SmackDown. Sorry. We're just going to look at Bash in Berlin here. And nope, he is not. Nobody was from DIY was on the show. On to Raw. Or September week number 1 for Raw. And Tommaso Ciampa was not Tommaso. Johnny Gargano was not booked. On to SmackDown, though. And no, he was not booked. On to week number 2 here. Raw edition. And Johnny Gargano is not featured yet again. we don't have a PLE in September, so keep that in mind. We have Santos versus Tommaso, and Santos gets the win there, probably with the help of Elektra Lopez. On to week 3 here of September. Let's see if Johnny can finally get booked, and no, he is not. On to week 3, SmackDown edition. Let's see if Tommaso will be featured, and no, he is not. On to Raw week 4. Let's see here. And nope, he is not booked whatsoever. This is kind of crazy if you ask me. Now we're on the road to Bad Blood, where this will be the go-home show to that pay-per-view. We still have until the month of March to get something on, but it's not looking good for him, though. On to SmackDown. In the main event, we got Austin Theory for the U.S. title and The Miz. On to Bad Blood here, though. And nope, the IC title or US title was not defended on the pay-per-view. On to week 2 here, post Bad Blood edition. He's finally in a he got an IC title match finally. That's the main event of the. Will Johnny Gargano be able to walk out and win the Intercontinental title? You got Johnny Gargano coming out here. The heart of NXT. Johnny Takeover. Johnny Triple Crown Champion. And this is what it's for. The IC title. Chad Gable's been having a stranglehold on that championship. Win the championship just like none other than Tommaso Ciampa did. And Johnny Gargano's taking it. Johnny Gargano's taking it to none other than Chad Gable in the early going of this match. Oh. With the neck breaker. Oh, he's going to the top rope with the moonsault. With an elbow. Locking up here. Oh, Johnny Gargano got out of it. He's taking it to Chad Gable, though. Oh, with the submission. Will this be it for Chad Gable? Will he have to tap out? No. Found a way out of it. Oh. We see it in the match when Tommaso Ciampa competed for the U.S. title. The crowd is pro Tommaso, but this crowd is pro Johnny Gargano here tonight. Oof. Uh-oh, Chad Gable looking to put this match away here. Is this going to be it? Will this be it? Will his championship dreams fade here? He's got to find his way out of this. He led his opponents out to submission. Uh-oh. Oh, Snapdragon suplex. Will this be it right here? One kick out. It's not looking good for Johnny. With the super kick. Will this be it? 1, 2, rope break. Chad Gable reached for the ropes. Uh-oh, he's dragging him to the middle of the ring. What is Johnny Gargano thinking here? What is he could be thinking here? Ooh. Ooh. With a big impact. Oh, he's going for the Gargano escape. What is being for Chad Gable? Will Chad Gable have to tap here? And Johnny Gargano is your new Intercontinental Champion.
Here's your winner and new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Johnny Gargano.
Just like Tommaso, Johnny Gargano wins the IC title. But the question is, can he retain that title? We will have to find out. But, hey, both guys are successful. It took Johnny Gargano a little bit more time to get there, but he got there. We're in the month of October here. Is Chad Gable featured? He is facing none other than Austin Theory, which Austin Theory gets the win there. Let's see here. Will Johnny Gargano be on this week's episode? No, he is not. He decided to take the night off. Probably went to go celebrate and whatnot. Let's see what's happening over on SmackDown. Let's go over to Raw and see if he's going to be doing anything there. And Johnny Gargano was not featured on this week's Raw. On to SmackDown here. And nope, he was not featured on this week's episode. As we are building momentum to Survivor Series, let's see if Johnny will be up on this week's episode. No, he is not. We're going to Monday Night Raw on week 3 here, and we'll see if he can get something going this week. And nope, nothing going on breaking news wise that week. Onto SmackDown here. And we're going to go over to Monday Night Raw. We still have all the way till March, though. Because we started in March, so we'll end in March. And Johnny was not on this week's episode. Let's go over to SmackDown. And this will be the go-home to Survivor Series. Let's see if he can get something going here. And nope, he was not on this week's... not on the show. Let's go over to Survivor Series. Let's see if anybody will be doing anything. We got Austin Theory versus Jacob. The IC title, Johnny Gargano versus Penta. And Penta is your new Intercontinental Champion. So both guys passed the challenge, which was to win the title of their division. So let's go on to we're gonna skim through these. Nothing there. SmackDown. There's no pay-per-view and let's see if Johnny can get back to being featured once again. And no, he's not featured. Over to SmackDown now. This is kind of crazy because it's like, I mean, both guys won the title, but Tommaso won the title and held it for a little bit longer. I think Johnny only held it for like a couple of weeks and then dropped it. Now, we do have Raw Day 1 and SmackDown Revolution, so those are special shows. We got Chad Gable and Penta, who's walking, who will be walking out with the IC title here. And Chad Gable is once again your Intercontinental Champion. Over to SmackDown now towards the Royal Rumble. Let's see here. Don't know why we're in a tag team match when I split those guys up. Maybe it's like in the manager settings. I don't know. We're just gonna skip to the Royal Rumble. I don't think there's really much of anything really gonna happen. So let's look at the Royal Rumble here. The U.S. title, The Miz and Kevin Owens. Intercontinental Champion, Chad Gable and the Penta. And we have the Royal Rumbles. Let's see who's winning the Royal Rumble matches. Dominic. Let's go through these shows. We'll see if any of Johnny or Tommaso can be featured on the shows. Nope. You know what? I know I've been going show by show, but you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to literally just go to Elimination Chamber, and we'll see if they will be on the card. We'll just do it that way. And R-Truth is competing for the U.S. title. And Kevin Owens retained. And Penta is your new Intercontinental Champion. There are no pay-per-views in March here, but we're going to go show by show now with these. Nothing there. SmackDown. Tommaso's featured, facing Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews gets the win there. On to Raw week number 2 of March. Nothing there. On to SmackDown. Let's see if Tommaso will be featured on this episode. No, he is not. On to week 3 now of the show. Let's see if Johnny can be featured. No, he cannot. Out of the two, he's gotten booked the worst. I will say that, though. He's gotten booked the absolute worst out of the two. At least with Tommaso, he won the title early on and then held it for a little bit before dropping it. And nope, nothing there. And this is the final SmackDown to end the sim. And they'll end the sim afterwards. And nope, they were not featured. Hey, but comment down below, let me know, how do you guys feel about this sim video? Pretty much, like I said, I think Tommaso, it's easy to say Johnny Gargano did the absolute worst. Tommaso Ciampa did better in this sim. He won the U.S. Championship early on. He held it for at least a little bit. Johnny Gargano took some time to get to even getting booked on Raw. Then he finally gets an opportunity, like on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, and wins. Then he ends up winning the IC title only to drop it within a month. So, like I said, the absolute worst out of the two. But comment down below. Let me know how do you guys feel about that. Who do you guys would like to see me split up next if they are a tag team in the comment section down below. Road to 2,000. Ultimate goal is 10,000 by the end of 2025. Super kick that like button. Helps my channel get pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing over here on YouTube. Superman punch that post notification bell so I post a new video, reaction video, rant video, live stream. Any type of video, you can be a little bit things when I do drop a video, and speed the subscribe button. Takes 3 seconds out of your day. Do those 3 things for me. Helps in the progression of my channel as well. But with that being said, hope everyone has a great day, great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.